I stepped into the dimly lit sedan, its leather seat swallowing me as if it intended to make me disappear. The driver, a shadowy figure obscured by the veil of night, murmured a greeting that sent shivers down my spine. As the engine purred to life, I clutched my purse, my heart echoing the rhythmic thrum of the car. Rain tapped against the windows, a somber percussion that matched the unease building within me. We embarked on a journey into the unknown, the city's desolate streets cloaked in mystery. The driver, silent as the tomb, navigated through the labyrinthine alleys, each turn taking me further from familiarity. I watched the world outside blur into obscurity, a landscape of uncertainty. The only source of light was the glow of the city's distant heart, like a siren's call promising refuge from the encroaching darkness. But the driver's intentions remained veiled, his eyes hidden beneath a cap's shadow. Time became elusive, an abstraction, as the minutes melted into hours. Fear clawed at the edges of my consciousness, gnawing away at the fragile veneer of composure. I contemplated escaping, but the city's enigmatic embrace made it seem impossible. As the car wound its way through a desolate alley, my eyes caught a glimpse of something disconcerting in the rearview mirror, a sinister grin, fleeting but unmistakable. It sent my heart into a frenzied gallop, my breath quickening as my mind raced to comprehend the malevolence lurking behind those eyes. The city's heart drew nearer, a sanctuary beckoning me with its distant warmth. I prayed for salvation, for the ride to end, for the nightmare to fade. But the driver's hands, like talons on the steering wheel, held me captive to this macabre odyssey. Finally, we arrived at my destination, the city's pulsing heart now within reach. The driver turned to me, the sinister grin once hidden now fully exposed, and uttered words that sent chills to my very core. "This isn't where you get off." In that moment, as the rain cascaded down the windows and the city's glow offered no solace, I realized the true horror of this journey. Trapped in the clutches of an enigmatic driver, my fate now rested in the hands of the night itself, a night that concealed secrets darker than any I had ever imagined. I pleaded with the driver, my voice trembling like a leaf in the wind, but he remained unmoved. With a cruel smile, he locked the doors, sealing my fate within the confines of his sinister vehicle. As we continued to drive, the city's once familiar streets transformed into a surreal nightmare. Buildings leaned at unnatural angles, their windows leering like malevolent eyes. The rain, which had been a mere backdrop, now seemed orchestrated by some otherworldly force, drumming out a haunting dirge. I reached for my phone, my lifeline to the outside world, but it had no signal. Panic set in as I realized the depth of my isolation. There was no escape, no rescue from this abyss. The driver's voice, a sibilant whisper, cut through the oppressive silence. He spoke of forgotten tales and cursed places, of souls lost to the city's insatiable hunger. His words carried an eerie cadence, like an incantation weaving a web of despair. I stared out the window, the rain-slicked streets reflecting distorted images of my own fear-stricken face. Each passing moment plunged me deeper into a phantasmagorical nightmare, a realm where the laws of reality no longer held sway. The driver's grin never wavered, a grotesque mask that hid his true intentions. I begged him to release me, to let me go, but he only laughed, a chilling sound that echoed through the confines of the car. Hours bled into eternity, and I lost all sense of time. The city, now a nightmarish funhouse, twisted and contorted around us. I could no longer distinguish between dream and reality, between the waking world and the abyss that had swallowed me whole. And then, as suddenly as it had begun, the journey ended. The car came to a halt in a desolate allée, far removed from the city's heart. The driver turned to me one last time, his ease devoid of humanity, and said, "You have arrived." As I stumbled out of the car, the rain still falling, I found myself in a place both unfamiliar and foreboding. The city's glow was but a distant memory, and I stood alone in the oppressive darkness. the echoes of that fateful ride haunting me like a ghostly refrain. I knew then that I had ventured into a realm beyond the ordinary, a place where the line between reality and nightmare had blurred beyond recognition. And as I watched the taillights of the sinister sedan disappear into the abyss, I couldn't help but wonder if I had escaped with my life, or if I had become yet another tale lost to the city's insatiable hunger.